Good day, everybody. Welcome to this very auspicious afternoon on a Saturday, April 19th or 999, 2025. A very special edition of the Crungo Kong show on the Crungo Kong channel. Let me greet everybody. Hello, Kara. Hello, Magambo. Hello, Alex. Hello, Neko. Hello, Faye. Hello, Cinco Play. Hello, Harmless, and hello, Generic Soda. So, God, this game has... I have really enjoyed... Oh, hi, Chris. I have really enjoyed this game, and it has taken up a considerable amount of real estate in my head. And after my brain was buzzing so much after last week's stream with all the information that we learned and where everything could be going and what we know, how things are connected. So like when I had some downtime at work, I started like compiling a list of all the stuff that we learned from last week's stream. And while I was doing that, I realized, you know what? I could compile this into some kind of a fun little treat to show on my stream to to kind of show my to kind of show my thought process and my thoughts on everything, and just a good way to recap the game before the finale. So, wait, somebody pinged me on Discord. Oh, that's nothing. Okay, I'm gonna close Discord. Okay, so what I have done is I come from the business world. I come from a world of papers and presentations and computer stuff and presentations. So I have put together a little presentation using my salaryman business skills. A very special PowerPoint presentation about what we know so far about 999, aka morphogenetic fields, and you. A presentation by Crungo Kong. What the hell is a nonary game? Well, I'm very glad you asked, Junpei. The nonary game is 9 people are trapped. In this specific nonary game, 9 people are trapped on a boat, and they each have an electronic bracelet with the numbers 1 through 9 on them. And they have to go through doors, and the doors they can go through are determined by the number on the door. And to get through that door, they have to add up the numbers on their bracelet to come up with the digital route for this door to go through. And there's a series of puzzles behind each door, and they have to progressively solve these puzzles while in life-threatening peril. The boat that they're on is currently sinking and going under and submerging underwater. So they're in this life or death situation where they have to go through these doors, cooperate, or betray each other, and solve all these puzzles and get to the end. But I think that the way to start off this summary is to talk about what happened 9 years ago at the previous nonary games. So 9 years ago, there were 18 children who were kidnapped and forced to participate in a nonary game. The news, this feels important to note, the news reported only 16 kidnapped children, but according to Snake, who we'll get to later, this was an incorrect report, and it was actually 18 children who were kidnapped and forced to participate in this nonary game. This was masterminded by and arranged by Cradle Pharmaceuticals, and this was an experiment to test the theory of morphogenetic fields. Specifically, they wanted to see the application of using morphogenetic fields to control other people. These nonary games were masterminded and organized by 3 specific people within Cradle. These are the 4 people. We have the CEO of Cradle in the hat. We have I forget the title of the fella in the purple suit, but he was basically the CEO's right-hand man, I believe. On the left, there is the head of R&D, and on the right, there is the principal stockholder of of Cradle who supplied the funds, they said. But wait a minute. What are morphogenetic fields? So morphogenetic fields, as it has been explained in the game so far, it's basically the idea that information gets transmitted and put out into this invisible field in the world, in the ether. And that information that is present in the world informs and influences future people, future occurrences, future people. It's out there in like subtly influencing everybody. An example that they gave that I found amusing, and it's here in this screenshot, is picture 10,000 people doing handstands, and somebody doing a handstand, like those 10,000 people doing a handstand makes it so that it's more likely that people will start doing handstands afterwards because the information of doing a handstand is out there in the field. But they wanted to test, and Cradle did, the idea that some people transmit morphogenetic fields and some people receive morphogenetic fields, or are more sensitive to that. And that's what they were trying to test in this nunnery game 9 years ago. So, the children were split up into 2 groups of 9. Half of them were on the Gigantic, which is a large boat that is the sister boat of the Titanic. And half of them were at a covert research facility in Nevada. The puzzles on these two places were identical. The children in the Nevada group were told to quote unquote transmit solutions to the puzzles to the kids on the Gigantic. And I think I just said this. The Gigantic is a sister ship to the Titanic, the famous boat of history that sunk. And it is strongly, it's basically confirmed that the boat that everybody is trapped on in the present nunnery game is the Gigantic. All right. So who do we know that was there for the previous nunnery games? Well, we have Snake, who is number 2 in our present nunnery game, and his sister Clover. Snake was on the Gigantic, and Clover was, she said she was in the research facility in Nevada. Snake is blind, which is important to know, because he's blind, and that's important to know. Next, we have Lotus's 2 children. Lotus is number 8 in the present nunnery game. They were kidnapped and returned, and they never spoke of the incident. Like, no matter how much Lotus asked, these 2 would never talk about the incident. They just wouldn't. And that's kind of that led Lotus to start investigating what happened with the incident, the nunnery games 9 years ago, and Cradle Pharmaceuticals and all that. So, after that were the siblings Aoi and Akane. All that we know about these 2 is that the girl named Akane, who coincident, like, Akane is also the name of somebody who is in the present nunnery games. But we don't know her connection to this previous Akane. This Akane died during the previous nunnery game. And, of course, we have our boy 7. 7 was somebody who was investigating the kidnapped children and Cradle Pharmaceuticals, and he was a cop. And while I believe he was at the pier where the Gigantic was housed, while he got caught, and they drugged him and they put him on the Gigantic in a prison cell. And 7 also currently has memory loss, which we don't know what is causing that, or if it's related to that drugging or what happened. But 7 was there he was imprisoned on the Gigantic. Santa, number 3, may have been in the previous nunnery game. The main clue that we have to this is that at one point he gave Junpei a 4-leaf clover bookmark, and he talked about how much he hated the word hope, and that the four leaves on the 4-leaf clover each stood for something. It was really strange and specific. And then Junpei trying to cheer Clover up and encourage her because she had been really, really sad about the possible death of her brother. He gave her this bookmark and repeated the same platitudes that Snake did. And when Junpei mentioned that Santa was the one who told her these words, she just suddenly said that Snake must have been at the Nonary Games 9 years ago. So something at the previous Nonary Games apparently involved the four-leaf clover and its 4 magical words. Clover asserted that Snake must have been on Santa must have been on the gigantic with Snake. Okay. Now, last time we saw the safe ending, which is the prelude of sorts to the current ending path that we're on. So this is kind of going over information that we learned from the safe ending, which will lead into where we are now. Okay? All about Ace. Ace, number 1 in the current Nonary game. He is the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals, one of the masterminds of the previous Nonary game. One thing that I found interesting while compiling the information is that we are given this information first by Santa, who claims that Ace told him that he was the CEO of a company. And thinking on this and Ace's actions, this seems extremely unlikely. So I believe that Santa knew this information ahead of time, which we'll get back to later. Ace also has a disorder that makes it difficult to distinguish faces. This extremely specific information explains exactly one plot point, I'm pretty sure. And what has this dastardly man done? Well, these are the ways he has tried to manipulate the current Nonary game. Ace lied to the 9th man. At the very start of the game, the 9th man went berserk and put a knife to Clover and manipulated his, basically forced his way through one of the doors and then exploded because he broke the rules of the Nonary game. So Ace lied to the 9th man to push him into acting that way and getting himself killed. At a later time, Ace went back to the 9th man's corpse and took his bracelet and his knife. Ace and the 9th man knew each other previously, it can be presumed. Presumably, they were co-conspirators of the previous Nonary game. I say presumably, I'm pretty sure, but until I try to not presume stuff is confirmed until, it is actually confirmed, you know? The second important thing, Ace attempted to kill Snake. However, unbeknownst to him, Snake had been abducted before his attempted murder, and his clothes and a number 2 bracelet were put on another person. Because Snake has that disorder that makes it difficult for him to recognize faces, Snake presumed that the person wearing Snake's clothes was Snake. Oh, there's a typo here. It should be Ace killed him. Ace killed this mystery person wearing Snake's clothes, then threw him behind a numbered door. The corpse exploded. And we find out later that the real Snake was actually locked in a coffin near the 9 doors, which we'll get to later. Snake wanted both of these people dead because they could incriminate him, because they knew who he was. They knew that he was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals, and they knew that he masterminded the Nonary games 9 years ago. So that was one of his big motivations for killing Snake, and presumably the 9th man as well. And it is said by Ace, or I forget if it was Junpei or Ace, but it is said that Zero manipulated these events because he predicted that when Ace was in these specific circumstances, he would act in certain ways. He would kill who he believed to be Snake at this specific time, and he would try to manipulate the ninth man into getting himself killed so that he could steal his bracelet. Moving on. Some miscellaneous information that we saw during the safe ending. We found that there was another man found in the captain's quarters wearing a bracelet with a 0 on it. Clover covertly takes this bracelet with her. We don't know who this man is. It is speculated he might be 0, but most likely not. Clover, as we have seen throughout the game, has a recurring fever. This seems really important, especially as we get farther into the game. And during the safe ending, we found out that one of the pathways contains a gun. For some reason, everybody decided that the gun should be left behind, that this fully loaded gun should be left behind, and that nobody would possibly take it. No evildoers would possibly, or crooks would possibly take this gun. Here's the summary of what happens at the very end of that path. Ace shows his true colors and takes Lotus hostage. I forgot to mention, Ace also kills Clover during this ending. June collapses from a fever. Santa watches over her while Junpei and Seven pursue Ace. When Junpei returns after the climax where Ace has been defeated, Junpei returns to June. Or he goes back and he finds June and she is apparently dying. While Junpei is cradling a presumably dead June, 0 comes over the intercom and tells Junpei that the game is, quote, over, and that there is a loser, but it is 0 who has lost. We have no idea what this means. Junpei storms off looking for 0. When he comes back to June, her body is gone. A canister opens, the room fills with smoke. The end. That is the conclusion of the safe ending. Now, where we are now, we're in the home stretch, everybody. We're currently on the true ending path. We have found 2 9 doors within a chapel. We have 2 9 doors have been found in a chapel with a coffin by them. Santa reveals that he took the gun. That gun that we said that nobody should take, that nobody would possibly try to take because it's so dangerous. Santa took it. Santa takes June hostage and convinces Ace and Lotus to go through one of the numbered doors with him. Junpei, Seven, and Clover remain. They hear a banging from the coffin. Junpei somehow, some way, knows the combination to the lock of the coffin. And within the coffin is our buddy Snake. And I guess I should point out that that we saw, or Junpei solved the puzzle during the safe ending route that freed Snake from the coffin. But he went through like a series of clues to come to that number. Here he just knows the number mysteriously, and we don't know why. It could be morphogenetic fields. We'll find out, I suppose. But anyway, Snake is alive. Clover is overjoyed. We're all happy, and we all have a big powwow and compile our information. They test all the bracelets, including the 0 bracelet that Clover took from the captain. The 0 what we thought was the 0 bracelet actually corresponds to the number 6. It is posited that the 0 is actually a letter O. I forgot to do the hexadecimal conversion, but I'm guessing the number, or the letter O corresponds to something that gives to 6, or something with a digital root of 6. It is further posited that June's 6 bracelet is actually an upside down 9 bracelet. And they they go through all the number combinations, and they go through all the people who have gone through doors together. And they came through the conclusion that June and Santa went through every single door together. It is then posited that Santa's bracelet is actually the zero bracelet, and that he, in fact, is zero. The +3 from June's 6-9 bracelet, and the -3 from Zero's or from Santa's 3-0 bracelet, they cancel each other out. O is 6F? Okay. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Christopher, for that note. With the use of the O bracelet, which is a 6, Junpei, Snake, Clover, and 7 go through the other 9 door. They find a library. Snake tells Junpei everything about the previous nunnery game, which I recapped at the top of this presentation. Snake mentions that Zero had threatened him not to discuss the events of 9 years ago. Librard? No, I didn't. Okay. You're trying to trick me. I didn't make a typo there. I spelled library correctly. Okay. So, Snake said that Zero threatened him to not discuss the events of the nunnery game 9 years ago. Curiously, he did not threaten Clover as well. We ended up in a mysterious workshop with many gizmos strewn about. And this. A coffin with the words "all ice" on it. It has come up many times that on the Titanic there was a frozen mummy corpse of an Egyptian priestess that was perfectly preserved and frozen, and that she was within a coffin that said "all ice," meaning that she was frozen, and that Lord Gordain, who I forget what his connection is, but he purchased Alice, according to 7, and he also purchased the Gigantic. And allegedly Gordain told a friend of his that within the Garden of Knowledge of the Gigantic, there will be a secret room, and you will find Alice. So last time we found this coffin, this sarcophagus, this with all ice on it. All ice also meaning Alice. And we have not been able to open it yet. Presumably it will open when we finish this puzzle in this room. Hopefully, maybe. God, if we don't see this fucking mummy, I'm gonna blow it. I'm gonna blow my top. What does it all mean? The Titanic, the Gigantic, Ice 9. This is all the information based. This is all the weird, extraneous bullshit information we've been fed throughout the game so far. Ice 9, we were told that they're at... You feel like I might blow my top? Well, I'll see if I blow my top or not. Ice 9, we were told that there is a special compound of ice that never melted. And I forget if Ice 9 stopped existing or if it started existing after a specific point. But the point is, Ice 9 suddenly either appeared or disappeared. EDT, a special cleaning compound. One day, all of the EDT crystals that were manufactured started getting droplets of water on them, and they started becoming bad. This was told to us by 7, who knew this for some reason. All Ice, aka Alice, the frozen Egyptian mummy priest. Rats. We were told a story about rats who went through a maze, and as more rats and over time, the rats were somehow able to get to the correct pathway through the maze immediately over several generations. Lord Gordain, the mysterious rich man who bought the Gigantic and Alice and presumably hid Alice on the Gigantic. Bunyarimpa, the fucking dog picture that doesn't look like a dog at first. Once you know it's a dog, then everybody sees that it's a dog. A lot of people were able to immediately recognize this picture as a dog or some shit. And of course, the 10,000 people doing handstands. What does this bullshit all mean? What does it all mean? What could it possibly all mean? How is this all connected? What's going on here? Here are the hypothesis. Here's the hypothesis that I have come up with so far. Zero is either Santa or June. And before the events of yesterday, well, not during, like before Santa, before all this information about Santa and the bracelets and June and their connection, before this all came together, I suspected both of these people. And that's because we know the least about these two, other than these two facts. We know that Santa was very likely at the last nunnery game, and we know that June is Junpei's childhood friend. Everybody else has clear connections to the nunnery game. Seven was a cop investigating it. Clover and her brother Snake were both in it last time. Lotus's two children were in the last nunnery game, and they were kidnapped. And they were kidnapped and put into it, and she was investigating it. Ace was the mastermind of the last nunnery game, but we don't know how Santa... We don't know... Well, Santa was most likely there, but we don't know how June is connected to it, and we don't know how Junpei is connected to it. And June's name, I mentioned before, is Akane. Is June related to the Akane who died 9 years ago? I mean, Akane is a pretty common name, but could she be somehow related to this other Akane who passed away 9 years ago? Santa is suspicious for a few reasons. First of all, he knew that Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. I said this before, that he claims that Ace told him, but given Ace's actions throughout the game and his desire to keep information about himself confidential, I think it's very unlikely that Ace would volunteer that information to Santa. And it's very likely, as I said, that Santa was in the previous nunnery game. And if he was, I feel like it's likely that it's his sister who died, because Snake told I keep getting Santa and Snake mixed up because they both have S's in their names. Santa has a sister, and he appears to talk about her in the past tense. So it is likely that if he was in the last nunnery game, it was his sister, Akane, who died during that said nunnery game. And I forgot to mention this before, but I believe they said that all of the children kidnapped for the previous nunnery games were all siblings and separated and put in those separate facilities. And there's of course the whole bracelet fiasco where Santa probably has the 0 bracelet. June has an upside down 9 bracelet. So that kind of like makes it very likely that it's Santa. And even without the bracelet thing, there is definitely some weird connection between Santa and June. Because even though there is the whole thing of like their 2 bracelets like matching with each other, which requires them to go through all the doors together, Santa and June are like always together. In the safe ending, Santa was the one who stayed behind with June while Junpei pursued Ace. And it just seems like there's some connection here. It seems pretty obvious to me. But we don't know that for sure yet. All right, here's a few complications with my theories and my hypotheses. Also, I probably should have dedicated a slide to June. I just find my theory with June is I think she might have like a split personality or something that manifested as 0 and is putting everybody in masterminded this whole nunnery game thing. It just seems something about June is just really, really suspicious to me, because all we know about her is that she was Junpei's childhood friend. We don't know anything else about her. We don't know how she's connected to the other nunnery games. So I think perhaps she did that cliche thing of the trauma made her manifest a separate personality, and maybe that's behind the current nunnery game. Now here's some complications with some of my thought processes so far. Why didn't Ace target Clover or Santa? Because Clover and Santa were both present during the nunnery games, and presumably they would know who Ace was. So why didn't Ace target either of these people? Though I guess he does target Clover later in the safe ending, but it feels strange to me that he didn't target Clover immediately. Why would Zero put themselves in the nunnery game? And the thing that makes me skeptical of Santa being Zero is that I feel like if Santa was Zero, if he was the one who was in control of everything, he wouldn't be acting so erratically right now. Because he pulled out that gun and he took everybody hostage. That seems like pretty desperate behavior for somebody who should be, like, you know, in control. What did Zero mean when he lost during the safe ending? Is it because June died? And also during the safe ending, Zero was talking to Junpei while he was absent. During the safe ending, Zero was talking to Junpei while Junpei was holding June's body. Santa was not present at that time. So is Santa Zero? Are there morphogenetic fields going on? Is that involved? Morphogenetic fields, perhaps? That's all. That's all the information that I've come. That's all the information that I've come up with for this. That's all that I have in my brain. So all that's left for us now that we've gone through this is to seek a way out. Oh, sorry. I see somebody raise their hands, but there is not a question and answer portion of this presentation. All right, that's it, everybody. That's my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay. That took longer than I thought it would. I was not expecting it. It looks like it was like half an hour long. I was not expecting it to go that long. I hope you enjoyed it. I wanted to do like more bullshit, bullshit sound effects, but I have a very old version of PowerPoint, and apparently it doesn't have sound effects installed, but yeah, I kind of did the best that I could. No, there's no printouts. I will not be emailing this presentation to anybody. It will not be available. It will not be available anywhere, so sorry. Okay, I do have a... Okay, Neko brings up a point. Can Ace even tell that it's Clover and Santa from the last game? Nobody uses their real names. And Ace has trouble recognizing people. I think those are both good points, but Ace was able to recognize Snake and targeted Snake. So I don't know what the deal is there. But yeah, there's nothing to do now but play the game. All right. Okay. Where we were last time was in this study, this mysterious workshop where there's a bunch of gizmos. Looks like a bunch of parts for puzzles that were used on the ship. What is this? Oh, I guess that's a prototype of the dead, or the yeah, I think that's a dead, yeah. Or no, it's a red. The dead is the off switch. And the puzzle that we left off with last time was this fucking lights out puzzle. We have to make these numbers we have to use the hexadecimal numbers to make them add up to all, to make everything say all. And we have to do it using the controls of lights out. The fucked up thing is this is lights out. Like, if it was just lights out, like, it wouldn't be that much of a problem. But this is lights out with a fucked up twist to it, where you also have to do math. You have to do math in a really fucked up, weird, coded way. Okay, here nothing is solved. So maybe this is the good part, a good starting point. Okay. what is D? D is 13. And A is 10. So we need... fucking, I hate this. I hate this so much. 1 plus 9 is 10. Okay. Okay, so these two match. Okay, this is, we want this to stay. Oh boy. Okay, let's do this. No, not that. This sucks. Uchi Koshi, you motherfucker. Oh, I did it! I did it! I did it! All I had to do was click around a bunch. I'm so smart. I'm such a genius. I'm a genius of clicking. You seem to have done an excellent job and solved the puzzle. Thank you, Snake. I did. Just what I would have expected of you, Junpei. Crungo Kong. Hey, come on. You're embarrassing me. Whoa. Don't get cocky, kid. We don't got time for that. Look at this. Check out the right edge of the control panel. The lid slid open and something came out. Okay, we got another emblem. Indentation where the emblem was. Okay, we're done with this. Next, we have a fucked up Morse code puzzle. Which is... What is that? Have you figured out what you're supposed to enter here, Junpei? It looks like the word that's supposed to go here has 3 letters. It's got 3 lines, and I think each one is 1 letter. I see. Well, if that is the case, then perhaps the letters you need are made up of 2 symbols. The letters you made up of 2 symbols, 4 symbols, and 1 symbol, respectively. After all, isn't that what you said? One line has 2 spaces, the next 4, and the last one has only a single space. Okay. Excellent observation, Mr. Snake. I see. So in other words, I've got to enter either the dots or the dashes. And a set of 2, then a set of 4, then just 1. Yes, well, so it would seem. Maybe I ought to run through the instruction. Okay. I can also switch through the code sheets I've got by touching the 3 icons over on the right. Okay, that'll make this a lot easier. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so... I have a... Okay. I'm gonna need a bigger piece of paper for this than what I have. Okay. So... I'm gonna go through and list all the numbers, or all the letters that have two characters. Okay? We have A. We have I. We have M. We have N. Wait. Did I just figure it out? Wait a minute. Fuck. I think I know what it is. Let's try this. Ice. It's ice. It's fucking ice. As soon as I saw that I was could have been the first letter, I was just like, wait a minute, is it gonna be ice? I see. It seems you have solved the puzzle, Junpei. The all puzzle followed by the ice puzzle. Oh, Oh, Uchikoshi's a genius. I see. It seems you have solved the puzzle, Junpei. Excellent work. The answer was ice. How did you know? All I had to do was listen to the sounds the machine made. After that, it was a trivial matter to decode them. Oh yeah, also Ace is super smart, or Snake is super smart. He's a genius, basically. Ah, yes. I believe I heard a noise from somewhere on the right of the device after you solved the puzzle. It sounded rather like something sliding open. You see anything that could have made that noise? Yeah, that's true. Ah, yes, one more thing. I heard a sound from behind the shutter. Snake is Wile E. Coyote coded. Like, he's coded to the weird talking Wile E. Coyote that only appeared in like 1 or 2 shorts. Wile E. Coyote, super genius. Perhaps the coffin is unlocked by now. What? Alright. We have the code emblem. Looking kind of Knights of the Columbus coded to me. Alright. The shutter is where the coffin is stored. So the coffin is now open, presumably. The fucking Alice all ice coffin that this mummy supposedly is or was locked within. Alright, let's do it. Okay, gamers. Let's go for it. Let's do it. Alright, fine. I'll open it. Okay, Junpei, you can do this. It's just a box. It's just a box. Oh, holy shit, this is a coffin. There's gonna be something horrible in there. I just know it. Okay. Deep breaths. Here we go. It's fucking empty! I should have known. Oh man, there's nobody in here. Shit, can't believe I was scared of something like that. What do you mean, nobody? Were you expecting someone to be in there? It's a long story. Ask Junpei about it sometime. Well, just like Seven said, there's nobody in here. There is something in here, though. Well, 2 somethings, actually. What is that? There are 2 things on the bottom of the coffin. Looks like we've got a plate with an emblem on it, and... the Neptune key! Yes, we finally found it! Now we can get through the hallway! That's correct, Clover, but we do need to get out of this room first, you know. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's get the hell out of here as quickly as possible! I don't have any objections to that. I don't think we'll use the Neptune key in this room. It's really important, though, so I'll keep it in my pocket for now. As far as this other thing goes... the coffin emblem. Alright. I guess Alice does not sleep within the hidden chamber past the force of knowledge within the gigantic. Alright, where do I put these fucking pile of junk? We don't have the time to go through this, okay. The card reader. It says lock. Okay, where am I supposed to put these things? Side of the machine, the rest of the... Not here. Here? Yep, here we go. Alright, I put the emblems into the 4 indentations on the desk, but... Huh? Nothing's happening. Wait, what's Snake doing? I feel symbols engraved just above each indentation. On the upper left is the steering wheel symbol. On the upper right, the cross symbol. On the bottom left, the mysterious circle symbol. And lastly, the waffle pattern is engraved near the bottom right indentation. Additionally, each symbol seems to have been given a number. 1 steering wheel, 2 cross, 3 mysterious circle, and 4 waffle patterns. Perhaps we need to insert the emblems in this order. That order, huh? Fine. Okay, first is the steering wheel. Whoa! Well, now we've got something on the monitors at least. What's that? Looks like some kind of puzzle. I wonder if these are the rules. Here, I'll read them to you. When you touch a numbered area, that area will be selected and it will turn blue to indicate this. Touching a numbered ball after selecting an area will cause that ball to be moved to that area. However, you cannot move the red balls. You can only move three to 5 balls into a single area. Press the check button once you have moved all the balls except for the red ones, which you cannot move. The digital root of the balls in an area must match the number for that area. That's it. I still don't really get it. Whatever, like they say, practice makes perfect. Practice makes prefects. Let's give it a shot. Don't you mean practice makes perfect? Hey, let's see you solve the next one. Then you can make fun of me. He's blind. Okay. Okay. I cannot use this number, okay. Okay, so the first 5 numbers get placed into the 6. So I need to add up numbers with a digital root of 6. So 17 would have a digital root of 6. Let's try that. We need, let's see, 5 numbers that add up to 17. How about 1, 2, 3, that's 6. 6 plus 5 plus 6. Okay. Let's see. And we also need something with a digital root of 3. Did I fuck up my math? Let's see. 6 plus 5 plus 6. Yeah, that's 17. Okay, 1, 2, 3 plus 7 is 13. 14. Wait, oh! Okay, I'm stupid. It has to be 15. I'm stupid. Alright. I always get my numbers mixed up. Alright, everybody has to be nice to me. Okay. So we need 15, okay. 3. 6 plus 4 plus 5. There we go. Okay, this is it, right? But nothing's happening. There are 3 still more indentations left empty. I imagine something will happen when they are all filled. Doesn't that seem likely? So I think next is the cross. Okay, let's put in the emblem of the cross. Hey, Junpei, something just showed up on the screen. This puzzle sure looks a lot like the last one. Yeah, but there's more of those red balls you can't move. The numbers for each area are different too. It looks like it's got the same rules as the last one, though. You sure you don't want to double check that? No, I'll be fine. If I get confused, I can just look at the screen over there, right? Anyway, like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. What the fuck are you talking about, Junpei? Isn't that a picture is worth 1,000 words? Hey, shut it. At least I'm trying, alright? Alright. We need a digital root of 1 and the digital root of 7. Okay, we need 5 numbers in the first one. A digital root of 1 would be 10, right? It can't be anything but 10. What else other than... I think 10 is the only thing with a digital root of 1, right? Am I crazy? 10,000, okay. Oh, I can switch between them, okay. So this one has to add up to 10. And we can't use the number 1. 2, 3, that's 5. So the only combinations that add up to 10 are like 6 and 4. Okay, we need to come up with a combination that uses 5 numbers with a digital root of 7. So something that adds up to either 23 or... It adds up to either 23 or 15. Or wait, no, not 23. 25. 25 or 16. Okay. 8 plus 7 is 15. Plus... I got it. That's awesome, Junpei. There's only 2 left now. You can do it. Indentations on the desk. They have the numbers 1 through 4 written on them. Okay. Next one is this weird... This looks like a casino table to me. Like roulette or baccarat or some shit. It's serving casino to me. Alright, let's put in the emblem of the secret code. I'm guessing it's supposed to be like... Didn't we get that from the, We got it from the I believe we got it from the Morse code puzzle. Damn, this puzzle looks a lot like the last one. Looks like the rules are the same, though. Don't you think you should double check it? Come on, this is the 3rd time I've done this. I'll be fine. So this, if you can't think of anything clever, please don't strain yourself. You might hurt something. Shut up! Just give me a break, alright? I'll think of something. Okay, so we need 7 and 7, and we can't use 1 or 3. So we need 15, right? Let's see here. No, 16, sorry. Let's see, 6 plus 4 plus... Okay, that's not going to work. 6 and 4 cannot be together. Actually, let's go ahead and put 4 and 6 here, since we know they can't go together. Now... Is it this? Yep. There we go. Excellent work, Junpei. You've only got 1 left. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Let's see what happens when I put the emblem of the coffin into this indentation. This is the 4th one. This puzzle looks a lot like that last couple. I think this is probably the last one. Once we solve this puzzle, I'm sure something will happen. Alright, I'll solve it in no time. Okay, we need 8 and 9. So we need 17 and 18, probably. And we can't use 1, 3, 6, or 9. Well, wait. Okay, I think I already figured it out. This is 9. This is 17, right? Okay. Interesting. Let's see, this is 20, okay. 8. There are numbers left. All right. Okay, we have 8. Okay. Digital root of 9 has to be 18. $13. 12. Okay, so I don't think 8 is going to be in this. 12 plus... That's not right either. Okay. 8, 7, 2... If you have to put them in numerical order... Okay, let's back out and see if they say something. Damn it, I just don't get this at all. The rules are displayed on the screen. Maybe I should read it again. You can only move... Okay, I have to have... Wait. 3 to 5 balls to a single area. Wait, do I have to... How do I go back to the puzzle? It says you can only have 3 to 5 balls in a single area. So I guess I'm not... That can't make sense, though. Because I only have 5 balls, so one will have to have... One has to have 2, right? Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, let's do 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Okay. Huh? Where'd that noise come from? I guess 0 or whatever. Where'd that noise come from? Underneath the keyboard? Way to go, Junpei! Yeah, okay, I figured out that adding up all the numbers together is 26, which is a digital root of 8. But I don't know why you're supposed to leave 9 blank. But whatever. I guess it's the only possible combinations of the... It's the only possible way to solve the puzzle with the 3 to 5 number limitation. I guess that's the logic. Way to go, Junpei! You answered all the questions! Damn, Junpei, good job! Hey, did you hear something just now? Yes, I heard that as well. From the bottom left corner of the desk, I believe. Okay. There's something in the drawer.
A picture.
Here we go.
What the hell is this? This man with a mustache on the right. He's the same guy we found murdered in the captain's quarters.
Mm-hmm.
He had the 0 bracelet on his left arm. And this second man with the glasses and a doctor's coat.
Here we go, everybody. Confirmation.
The 9th man. The one with bracelet number 9. He died after he went into door 5.
Yeah, we do know this, Magambo, but we don't... They have not gotten this information. Like, Junpei has not gotten this information on this route yet.
But this guy? The one in the striped suit? Oh man, that's Ace.
Yeah, I guess it is.
No doubt about it.
But what does it mean? What is Ace doing in this picture? Not only Ace, the 9th man and Cap too. And they look happy, like they knew each other well. Why? How? How in the world are these four men connected?
How indeed.
You say Ace is in that picture?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was taken recently, though. Ace, the ninth man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger.
Ah, so the ninth man and the man you found murdered in the captain's quarters are also in the picture?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it.
No, there's one more guy. He's got kinda long hair, he looks smart, but a little cold. He's the only one I don't recognize.
What's the date of the photograph?
It doesn't have one.
Did you look on the back?
Back?
Yes, the reverse. The other side.
Yes, you shithead.
Praying for the success of the Nonary project. With Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido. Then the 4 men in this picture were the organizers of the Nonary game 9 years ago. That means Ace, the ninth man, and Cap were all responsible for making it happen. But I feel like I should be more shocked about this. It's almost as if that's just how things were always supposed to be.
Maybe nonary or morphogenetic fields.
Why? Why am I not surprised?
Morphogenetic fields.
Ace was the one in charge of the Nonary project. But why? Why am I so calm?
Morphogenetic fields.
Like I already knew.
It's like you already knew. Yeah. Because of the morphogenetic fields from the safe ending.
Ah, of course. I understand now. Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo.
Ace is Hongo?
I had my suspicions from the beginning. Their voices were similar. Too similar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. I couldn't be sure, though. After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him. Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Huh?
I didn't know that Ace was Hongo.
Oh, yes. I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago, you were in Building Q in Nevada, but Hongo was in the gigantic.
Oh,
press.
okay, that explains it. So Snake was around Ace. So that's why Snake would have been targeted by Ace rather than Clover.
I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me.
I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I'd told you, Clover, you would have told everyone else. And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that.
Hey, Junpei. You think I could borrow that picture for a sec?
Sure.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido.
Hey, Seven, do you?
Shut it! Just be quiet.
He's thinking.
I'm this close to remembering. This close. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nonary Project. Shit.
What?
What's wrong?
Holy shit, this is nuts.
What's nuts?
I remember
Remember what?
everything.
Everything?
Yeah, I remember all of it. My memory's back.
Hell yeah.
I remember what happened before I got snatched.
What?
Let me tell you what happened.
All right, here we go. Here we fucking go. Let's go, Seven.
Like Snake
Let's fucking
said,
go.
Ace is Hongo from the right. The other 3 are Musashido, Nijisaki, and Kubota. Musashido was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man. And Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments.
How do you know all this?
Come on, man, I told you, I finally got my memory back.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it.
You really want to know?
Yeah.
Of course.
Me too.
This is gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything.
Well, we don't have 3 days.
Just give us the short version, all right?
Short version, huh? Alright, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though. I'm a detective. It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type. I hold to my own code, because I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told.
Hell yeah, brother.
That's why I followed my gut that night. A slim lead brought me to the wharf. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck, and I could barely see squat. I was investigating a mess of kidnappings, all of them children. It all had one thing in common. A history of visits to one particular hospital.
History of visits to numeral 1 particular hospital.
A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. And my investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little sweet talking, I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle. My source told me this.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
So I headed to the wharf. From the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it.
He looks so funny here.
Men in black suits, many of them were carrying large bags. Bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried. No doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand.
Don't move.
I felt metal touch the back of my head.
Drop the gun. I could kill you right now. It'd be easy to get away with it, too. Just tie an anchor to your feet, and no one would find you for it.
He's doing a really good impression of Richard Epcar.
But you know what? The fish here would love a meal.
I kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle.
A drug?
That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that.
Okay, this is the song with the fucking seagull squawking in it. Listen. Oh god damn it! It's the seagull stopped squawking. Sorry. The Gom Jabbar.
I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts. I did a quick once-over of the room. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink, a toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but... It won't open. Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed, and sat down. Huh. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5, or 6, maybe more. Where? Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold on. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to them. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then...
Really good that these groans are over the toilet. this vibrating toilet.
Yeah. How do you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside. The first bit or so was tight. I had a wriggle on my belly. It wind up eventually, and there was space for me to crawl along on my hands and knees. I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get. And when I'd been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it'd take me, a massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut. Then there was a voice. What? I wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator is bad news. Then, almost as if that was a cue, I heard a mess of young-sounding voices.
This is all new. Like, Devin told us most of this information in a previous path, but I think this everything with the incinerator is brand new to us.
A bunch of them were straight up screaming in terror, and all the sounds together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it! What the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could. I made a giant racket, but I didn't care at that point. I soon found a metal door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal off its hinges. What the hell is this place? I couldn't believe what I saw. The room had a dome up top, and there had to be about 9 walls, all the same size. Up in the ceiling was an upside-down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. There they were, the kids I'd been searching for. They all gawked up at me, suddenly silent. For the moment, from surprise and fear. Scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably both, actually. Not like I can blame them running into a mug like this when they're already scared shitless. I snorted at my own dig at myself and turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. All of them stood there. Well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older than the others, in a private school uniform.
Who the hell are you?
He stepped forward and glared at me suspiciously. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. It looked like they relaxed some the second I got the words out.
How are you gonna help us?
Where's the exit?
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there...
He kind of cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind.
Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burned to death?
Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon. So...
The voice spoke again.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
They only had 15 minutes. I looked back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor. No way I could pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach. What the hell was I gonna do? But then I got an idea. Wait right there. I'm gonna be right back.
What? Where is he going? Are you just gonna leave us here?
They just got frightened again. I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I tried to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, all right? I'll be back, I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. Got it? I didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time. I had to hurry. Well, as fast as a guy could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of there, but I had a plan. I needed something from the room. When I got it, I dove back into the hole and took off towards the incinerator.
With the sheets from the bed.
Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me.
Oh, there's a rope there.
Back in the cell, I'd torn the bed sheets.
Okay,
into
bed
strips
sheets. Okay,
and
there we
tied
go.
them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it got the job done. All right, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time.
Right!
Wait a sec. Something was off. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
What? You're telling me you opened that door?
That's what I said!
Then what the hell are you doing here?
We couldn't go with them.
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door.
He was in the middle of explaining.
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
The wall shook a bit, and a voice bouncing around.
Look, that can wait, all right? Just get us out of here.
Right! I grabbed onto the rope. First one I pulled up was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie. A boy in a jacket came after. He said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform was the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast. But when he was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in.
God damn it! What's going on here? Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
The door opened, and a man stepped in looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name was Gintaro Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo saw the boy hanging from the rope.
Yeah!
It was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope. Hurry!
I know!
The boy in the uniform booked it up the rope.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
15 feet. 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him into the ducks behind me.
Yeah! No!
Hongo had lost it. His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face. He was really a terrifying devil or some kind of damn monster. I quickly reeled in the rope, leaving a furious Hongo yelling at me from the floor.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
Experiment? What experiment?
The Hat Squad.
Incineration will begin in 1 minute.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you doing? Hurry up!
The boy in the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in the raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind him. I went to going back to the cell, so we went down the other direction instead. After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. Everybody nodded and took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door, but the one on the right was familiar. It had black and yellow stripes, and a device next to it on the wall. The plate on it read, Incinerator.
Incinerate.
Incinerator?
Yeah, that's where we were.
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. We were inside an incinerator?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Hongo might still be there. It looks like it's been shut off, though.
Wait, what? If he's still in there,
Yeah, that's not good.
that meant we better. We gotta get out of here. Go to the other door, hurry! The kids started running, and I was close on their heels. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run! Didn't need to tell them twice. Up and up and up. Feet pounding the steps. Our arms pumping fast. Going round and round and round. The devil was on our tail. The stairway kept going. We passed a couple of landings when the boy in the uniform suddenly
These
spoke.
faces.
Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us.
Akane?
My kid sister. The girl with the red necktie.
So I get so I guess I guess Akane and this child, who I assume is Aoi, I guess they weren't separated. I think I said this during my presentation that the siblings were separated, but I guess that wasn't the case.
Akane. That's strange. I didn't remember seeing that name on the list of missing kids.
Hey! Akane!
He kept his hands around his mouth and yelled.
Maybe we outran her.
The boy in the uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too. So did the other two. When did we do that?
Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest in one of them?
No, that's impossible.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs.
He turned to go.
Hey, kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait!
I don't think the kid even heard me. Fuck! I spun around to the boy in the jacket and the girl with the ponytail. I'm going after him. You two keep going, all right? Got it? The girl nodded and ran up the stairs. But the boy...
I'm going with you.
I didn't have time to argue. I just nodded and took off down the stairs. I could hear him following me. He ran all the way to the bottom floor, calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be found.
God damn it, where the hell did she go?
I could tell the kid was frustrated, and then suddenly...
Help me! Somebody help me!
We heard a girl's voice.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator.
Come on, goddammit, move!
No, I don't want to! Let me go, please! Let go of me!
She planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away. But Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win.
Akane!
My brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
Help me!
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
You're too late, idiot. Also, I noticed that they call her Connie here. Interesting.
Hongo lifted Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting him, into the incinerator. Before we could even blink, Hongo had leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside. And then, the door slammed shut. We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But
Ah! Fuck! It's no use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch!
The mouth on this kid.
he started slamming his fists against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
You came back!
Her voice was muffled, but all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same damn thing!
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, all right? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
Please help me! I'm really scared! I don't want to die, please! I don't want to die! I don't want to die!
It's gonna be all right. I'll figure something out. I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise.
It was torture listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door. Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
Then
What happened then?
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Then...
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
Hey, are you sure?
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane, really...
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended, and we heard something burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore. A few minutes passed. The door opened. The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering, and in the middle of the room, there it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
Can I ask you one more thing?
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Kurashiki. Her name was Akane Kurashiki. You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You are correct, Detective. Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Well, I guess I believe you. All right, let me ask you another question. Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki. He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother, but I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning.
Okay, so he didn't recognize Santa.
9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now.
Ah.
I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection.
That makes sense.
As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Santa is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother?
There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
Okay.
What?
Come on, man, what kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, all right? Cut me some slack.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too.
Okay. Very... He's very sure of himself with that.
So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary project.
Mm-hmm.
Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister.
But why? Okay, but why in this fucked up way?
He killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
The next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
Okay, so he doesn't think that Santa... That's a very interesting... Well, okay.
The person who planned the Nonary project.
It's interesting to me that he outright says that he doesn't think Santa actually killed anybody.
In other words, Ace.
Ace.
What?
What the hell's going on here?
Must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit!
Come on, we need to get out of here.
How?
Key card.
I'm
Baby.
betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
New material has been added to the file screen. Key card 0. 0? I don't think I need to search the coffin. Okay, no, okay, I have to... let's get out of here. Alright, let's just swipe this card. Hey, look! It's unlocked! Yeah, now we can go back to the library. Hurry up, Junpei, we don't have time. Let's go! Alright, let's go. Where's the fucking mummy? We found it.
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
I just got an achievement.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
You're right. Let's hurry.
This exit needs the Uranus card too.
Does the achievement sound from Steam come through on my stream?
Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
All right, it's open. Let's go. Okay, Neptune Key, let's see if you work. Yes! I think it unlocked.
It says incinerator, so this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it.
Oh, I have no idea what the hell's gonna
Let's go.
happen. I'm like excited and nervous. 9. Santa.
What the hell is going on? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Jumpy, you came to get me.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to
Oh,
rest
thank you,
a
Foxhole
little longer.
Research.
I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
Wait, listen. You hear it? Squawk. Okay, let's go.
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Oh, here we go.
Ace.
We've seen this picture before.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals?
You have me at a disadvantage. And I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
The pain of prosopagnosia.
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
Good question.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me.
Morphogenetic fields, everybody. It's all gonna be morphogenetic fields from the fucking mummy.
This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First is 1. Give me your hand. 8. And with this, 9.
The ninth man. Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is.
Ace doesn't know who Zero is.
What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait! What? Why isn't it opening? One more time. Now open! No! What is this? Why?
That 9 bracelet he has isn't actually a 9 bracelet.
The digital root should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Hello, Timmy Patop. Yeah, we're at the...
Now!
I wonder... Okay, we still have quite a bit of ways to go. But we're at the end. Oh, get his ass, 7.
No! Oh.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, 7.
Don't mention it. Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
9 years ago? Then you must be...
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
Oh.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone.
Okay.
You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives.
4 motives.
1. In the nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital root. Which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki, chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid.
Oh, okay. Maybe, okay, I guess that might be why Ace recognized... That would make sense why Ace recognized Snake. Because he's blind. And maybe he... Okay. That makes sense.
But his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
And you mean to say... Snake is still alive?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new. Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's
Okay, this
death.
is the one I'm the most curious about.
When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
They fucked up the grammar and punctuation here. Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room.
Mm-hmm.
You had been in charge of the Nonary project.
Okay.
Of course, you would have known the solution to every puzzle, which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the editing is not great.
All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it.
Huh.
You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest. One blow was all it took, and then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
That? Huh. Weird. Strange.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you.
Yeah, why was Musashido in the captain's quarters, and why would Ace know that?
You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace, Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Let's see. Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the Nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please. 0.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately,
I didn't notice that the pocket I didn't notice that the pocket watch, that whole pocket watch shell game took place. Oh, sorry about that, Magambo. Thank you. Good luck on your errands.
That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap.
Well, these traps aren't that simple. They're pretty convoluted, I would say.
But yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I
Hook,
did
line, and
everything he wanted me
sinker.
to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own
Okay.
hands.
I think that's what he means by Santa didn't actually kill anybody.
All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any.
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the nonary game this time around was Zero, and Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki.
Alright, here we fucking go.
I was one of the kids in the nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1, I ain't Zero.
He ain't Zero. Okay.
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary. But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Okay.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say 2 things? You made one more mistake.
Alright.
Junpei, you just said, all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the nonary game.
Okay. Morphogenetic fields. Mummies. EDT. Unyarimpa?
To save someone.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw... What? What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh! Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
7! What the hell is going on?
What?
I don't know, I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
Is he getting scanners?
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon?
Morphogenetic fields.
For 2 organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were 2 separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones on the Gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic. The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Connie ended up on the Gigantic. You know where this is going, Junpei? I don't. Where's it going?
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb.
Akane is 0?
You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't.
Oh.
How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
Morphogenetic fields. He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures, then? Imagine a river that splits in two, like an upside-down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom from a single stream into two branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow back. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backward. That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know those downstream in the future. But people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the ninth letter of the alphabet. But I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. This is the big section that is handled physically differently between the DS version and the computer version. Since the DS has 2 screens, but this one can just hijack which screen you're looking at to look at the correct point in time. Definitely large. Okay. Large writing tweaks to accommodate. Okay. I'll take your word for it. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. Where did she go? June. No. Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover... Oh shit.
Freeze.
Great face here. Santa's got the gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace, though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head.
Get up.
Sure isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he just looks drained. I guess he's going for the door, but he doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
He can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. Now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
No. No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit. We've got to do something. Maybe we can still get out through door number 9. There's the red. Yeah, alright. We can do this. I've just gotta... No, it's not gonna work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 8 blah, 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 equals 8. there any combination that'll work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Oh, she's gonna math it out. Sure, why not? I don't think I'm going to need them ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. It's interesting here that Junpei, that there's no dialogue, there's no voice for Junpei. Looks like she's writing equations. A lot of them. Huh? Aw, man, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey, no need to be ripping out pages out like that. Jeez.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Alright, at least 7 got it away from her. Maybe now I can look at what she was writing. Let's see.
What? And there's no other way?
Lotus. Looks like she'd figured it out, though. Man, this is just too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
Oh, Lotus.
God damn it, you idiot!
Whoa, where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected about as much as I did.
Without, if you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
For a cop, he sure doesn't have much confidence.
Bad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
7.
7 tsundere for Lotus.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
Don't we still have don't we still have the 0 bracelet? Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Huh? Why?
He has trouble opening up about his softy side. You're so alike. Oh.
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier at the Red.
Oh, yeah.
No! What is this? Why? The digital root should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see. Why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is what I said.
Mm-hmm. 18, 9.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital root was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
Okay.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
Shit. If we can't get through the door, then we can't get out. The walls are way too high. There's no way in hell we can get to that hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at the door with a 9 on it. I guess this is it. This is the end. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums, I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. Oh, in the DS version, this part is on the other screen. Okay. All of his feelings and worries and fears. Wait, it says Akane vision. What the fuck? It says Akane vision. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant, and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise, like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him, and we became one. inside of Junpei. Somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind, 9 years in the future. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in two realities at once. One was the present, and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as two movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually, it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
I'm guessing this child right here in the green dress is Lotus's kid. Everything in novel vision up to this point is written out from the perspective of an omniscient narrator describing what is going on in Junpei's head. Ah! That was my brother Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
We ran down a long, straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fist fight. The girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It has been 2 hours since the nonary games began. We were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q, and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
Wait, her name is Clover? Her name isn't Clover. What the fuck? It's her 9th birthday! As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is... well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me. And I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another.
Here we go.
Take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck?
I don't think that's true.
Those words are leaf words.
Leaf words.
So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Now, don't ever forget. So long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before was gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. Leaf Words is my favorite modern prog rock album. Leaf Words is my favorite Gary Larson Far Side comic. Leaf Words. Cow Tools. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was the only one. But if there was only one door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors.
We began to panic. Then, as if things had not gotten bad enough already,
Warning, warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat, emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
my brother Owie swallowed hard and answered,
I think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was a huge, frightening mountain of a man, as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him Seven.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just like Seven had said it did. The 4 of us who had stayed behind were saved by Seven. We crawled through the vent away from the incinerator and slid into the hall. We came out on the other side of door 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Owie, Snake, and Seven. The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized.
Oh no, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
I knew it had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back. I had to, but I knew I couldn't tell the others. It would stop me, I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think, I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, to the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me, up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
I get this funny noise when I try to switch out of Akane vision. It was just there that I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs and freedom, the door to the incinerator opened and a man stepped out. It was Hongo. Gentaro Hongo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let go of me. I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Then suddenly,
Akane!
the door to the stairs flew open. My brother Owie burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake.
Akane!
He cried my name again as he led toward Hongo.
You came back!
I cried out. But then,
You're too late, idiot.
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked toward the open number 9 door. Hongo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo. With a cold, ruthless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there. Not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. Checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. Said nothing at all, and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later... Two other doors slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran toward the door with the 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. Wait, let me go back and look at something. Okay, he walked past her and out one of the doors. A worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Crungo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Then it started again.
Warning, warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Incineration will begin in
We're back to Junpei vision.
18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
We're stuck in Junpei vision. Holy shit! Man, I knew what I was gonna say, but that is one hell of a creepy voice.
I knew it!
It's starting. Santa started the incinerator.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about?
What the hell?
It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments. You aren't making any sense.
This is me right now.
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now. I promise. I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But
Lotus is so good.
Incineration will begin in
It's Ice 9 this and Mummy that and Morphogenetic Field this.
17 minutes.
Nothing makes fucking
You know
sense.
what that means, right? Incinerate means burn!
Very good, Clover.
what kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means.
Yes.
Well,
God damn it! Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out.
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing.
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. The floor. It's moving. What else can I say about it but solve my puzzle, Superman!
What the hell is that?
Akane vision.
what is that?
What else could I say? The floor opened and a machine rose up out of it. It looked like a computer. At least, it kind of did. There's a monitor, a keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off, even as more took their place, and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. Ah! All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. All I see on the screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it drives it home. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, alright? Everything's gonna be okay. Man, I wish that thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important. But what the hell am I supposed to do with it? Okay, so in the original, like, it would have been the Akane and Junpei things would have been like nearly simultaneous on the two screens, which is kind of awesome.
Hey, move!
It's kind of sad that you can't really replicate that with this kind of setup. Like, you have to have the dual screens. Ah, hey, we're all tense, lady. That doesn't mean you get to shove people around.
Okay, it's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Sure, I'll push buttons. I'm sure that... Well, at least it's on now. What's on the screen, though?
What is this?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
It looks like some sort of fucking puzzle. Got a bunch of numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid. The numbers range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle,
the incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
Alright, puzzle. How do you work? Oh man, that goddamn voice again.
Incineration will begin in 13 minutes.
Shit, 13 minutes. Can we really do this? My heart feels like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. I felt the seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window in the entry door was a face, a frightening, evil face. It was Hongo, doing this again. How long had he been watching me?
Don't know what to do.
He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
It's simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you.
He's doing his fucking big eye trick.
Just solve the puzzle on that machine.
Solve my puzzle, Superman! His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongo, struggling to hold back hot tears.
you're a terrible person! I hate you!
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice.
I mean, I know that they're not going to be ripped anywhere, but I really wish that the individual sound clips of voice dialogue were ripped somewhere. Like, I really want a lot of Ace's voice lines from this part of the game.
I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty, you see? I've even left you a way out.
He left us a way out. We don't even have to seek it. I can turn off the music. Oh, okay.
A way out?
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
We have no reason to doubt him.
Huh?
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
The verification function of the red?
Then I remembered. Before Hongo left the room, he scanned 2 bracelets into the red.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?
I looked down at my left hand. The face on my bracelet showed a 5. 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. I ran to the door with a 9 on it. I grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel.
You really aren't one for listening, are you?
I hear Hongo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys.
Hey, I understand that.
Now start the experiment. Solve the puzzle.
Solve the fucking puzzle.
I can't! I don't know how!
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
Just access the fucking morphogenetic field.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it'll be very painful.
Sorry, which line? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution. Or... His horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
I was crying. Great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't! I just can't! There's no way! I can't figure this out!
What was I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't know! I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweating, and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest as if it was going to pound itself to pieces. Oh, are we gonna seek a way out? I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Jumpy had given me. At least I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed.
Help me! Jumpy! Help me! Help me! Help me! Jumpy! 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 Please! Help me! Jumpy!
Akane?
Akane?
Who the hell is Akane?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
Seven and Lotus don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea, though. Clover's looking at me, and I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here.
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
Fuck! Did something break our connection? I swear I just heard her. Shit!
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
Whoa!
Jumpy?
I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. This is where everybody reveals the whole experiment's point was to annoy Lotus. Yeah. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course, but I had heard it so clearly. Like he was right there.
Jumpy!
I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
Jumpy!
The way it just keeps blinking. That's her. She's there. then that means...
Akane! Akane!
Akane, are you an incinerator right now?
Yes, I am! How did you know?
I couldn't believe that he knew that. Now I understand what Santa meant.
Right. There's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
Jumpy, we don't have time!
Quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do. I get everything now. Alas, I finally understand what all of this means. I know why the nonary game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it, but there's only one possible answer. June is. Zero is. Akane Kurashiki. He recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. He recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now. That means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane Kurashiki. I must save her no matter what.
Incineration will begin in 6 minutes.
The voice reminded me of how much time I had left.
Jumpy!
Yeah, I know! Just hang on, alright? I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. So don't worry, alright? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. Felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. Wow. Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. Snake talking to them about something? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way.
Hey, what are you...
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, Lotus, I didn't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Now, let's have a look at this thing. Got numbers all over the grid. I think the panels are out of order. I just need to switch these out? Staring at it isn't going to accomplish anything. I'll just have to try it.
Just think of what I did all those times before. I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem. We gotta seek a fucking way out. Okay. Fuck. This one is stuck. When I first hint, numbers appeared on the empty spots on the grid. They're all single digits. I get the feeling the numbers change when I switch out the yellow squares. The square at the bottom. Why does it stay blank when I press hint? Pressing the button again makes the numbers disappear. Looks like I can turn them on and off. Is there some special meaning to there being two modes? What could it mean? Fuck. There's a 1 here. The original came out before Sudoku was common, and the final puzzle was just Sudoku. So it feels a bit weird now. Okay, no, okay. Don't give me any hints or anything. Not that that was a hint. Okay. When I flip the hint off, all the empty spots look like the one in the bottom right. That mean they're supposed to match? You have any need to make all the numbers in the squares the same. If I switch out a yellow square, the numbers that show up in the hint change too. It looks like the numbers are all affected by the adjacent squares. For example, when I switch out 3 with a 5, the number increases by 2. I bet the hint just adds the surrounding numbers. Hit displays what the something add up to, so most of the numbers should be 2 digits. Each square only has a single digit. It must be calculated in a different way. Digital roots? If they're digital roots, then they'll always end up as 1 digit. Add the numbers, but there are letters here too. Wait, haven't I used letters as numbers before? A equals 10, B equals 11, C equals 12. Maybe I just need to replace the letters with numbers. I think I got the gist of the puzzle up top. I just need to make all the digital roots the same. But what number? Switching out a yellow square affects all hint squares around it. Wait. But one square doesn't get a number. Doesn't get a hint number. The 9th spot at the bottom. Wait. 1, 2, 3... Wait. What the fuck does he mean by the 9th spot at the bottom? This one? Only this one stays blank. Maybe a fixed number goes inside. The 9th square has a different rule. If only I knew what number goes here. I'm changing so much it's getting messy. Maybe I should just reset. It'll set everything back to its original state. Oh, wait a second. When everything is in its original spot, something lines up in the bottom squares. It looks like it should be a word. Rue? Rev? I'm getting too confused. I should reset. Clean start should clear my head. Maybe you can figure out the answer easier that way. I need to find the password. Alright, well, keep it to yourself. He's tried to explain all the rules of this puzzle, but I still don't understand. Okay. Okay. I wish they would show me what the hexadecimals are. I wish I could look that up. Okay. A equals 10. Shut up, shut up, shut up. I don't have a morphogenetic field. I'm writing stuff out. That's why I'm quiet. H-I-J-K L M O P. I should have just created my own cheat sheet for the hexadecimal ahead of time. Okay. U R S T U B. W X Y Z. Wait, did I do that right? 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. I have a feeling we need to make everything become 9. Okay, the digital, let's see. I guess, let's see. I don't know if he means that the bottom row spells out a word. Let's see. Dow Jones, which is in rough shape right now. Dash. Oh, maybe. Oh, I know what it is. It's sad, just like I'm feeling right now. Sad because I'm stuck in the incinerator and I would have been burned 20 times over by now. Okay. What if I put down... What if I take all of the letters out? I wish the mummy would help me. Okay, what words can be formed with these letters? What 3 little... Oh, wait. Okay, I see people in chat figuring it out. Okay, if you're okay, it's not all ice because wait a minute. Okay. So taking out all of those, let's see here. Ow. Put prowl paw piss. Okay, let me, okay. Let's okay. Let me. 8 plus 7 is 8 plus 7 is 15, which that's not whatever. Can I spell ass? I can, but it doesn't help. Pris. Pro. Okay, no. Drew. Soa. Stop. SOS. SOS. SDS. Nintendo DS. S. Okay. I think I have to go by the numbers up here. The one is orange because we can't move it, I think. P, okay. None of these add up to have the 9B to have a 9B here. I assume that's what the puzzle wants, is to us to make all of these be 9. But it doesn't work. Oh. Okay, I got it to work, but that's not this. Okay, clearly I'm wrong. Ew. That's what everybody says about my puzzle solving abilities. Okay, reset. Okay. I wish Junpei would give me an actual hint when I press the hint button. I don't know what the I want to solve this on my own, but I don't know what is expected of me. I don't know what they're asking for. Junpei just said a bunch of gibberish. It's like I don't understand the parameters of this puzzle, and there's no way to get another to get an explanation. And oh, I see. Okay. Wait. God damn it. 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 I have to find the password. Fuck you. The password is all
I am a
ice.
genius. I have proof.
This fucking Jetsons ass sound effect. Eight six seven five 309. Password? I'm inputting a password now then? Are there any hints? What the hell am I supposed to put here? The screen appeared after I solved the last puzzle. Maybe the hint was in that one? The password is... Switch. The password is... Please enter password. So they want me to enter in password. The puzzle. The answer ended up being password. And after that it was an extra space. The 9th square. Maybe that's the password. 9. Whatever. What? Fuck you.
Yes, that's it. Akane, did you get it?
That's fucking stupid.
Yes, I did! I solved it! I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did. Now I just have to press enter.
Alright, do it.
Then what the hell are you waiting for? Push it!
Okay, I will.
I hit the enter key.
Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed. Incineration system has been disabled.
Me too, yeah, me too, Chris.
Jumpy!
Just randomly switching everything out.
It worked! It worked! The incinerator shut down! It worked!
Okay. So to my credit, I did figure out that all the squares in the puzzle were supposed to be 9, but I did it in a way that the puzzle didn't like. Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him, but they were a very different sort of tears. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength I'd had left disappeared, and I collapsed to the floor. For a while, I just lay there, laughing and crying, and enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, my heart would burst.
Whew.
Kind of a problematic age and time gap going on here. I can't quite believe I did that, but I am so glad. So glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. No, I don't have time to be thinking about that kind of shit. I need to tell Akane.
Akane, sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
Oh, of course, that's fine.
I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. Then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were two bracelets. There were the 2 bracelets Hongo had left behind.
Now.
Well, Seven and Lotus don't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay?
Ah, shut it.
Right. Okay. So maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. So what if I haven't pressed the enter key yet? Alright, nothing holding me back now. He hasn't hit the damn enter key yet. Here goes. Wait.
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
It doesn't sound like it's stopping.
What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Okay, maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough. Just hit it again. And again. And again. Okay, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. What the hell's going on? I've got all the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect! So why the fuck isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Wait. Of course. That's what the numbers that showed up after the puzzle mean. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Snake, Clover, me, 7, and Lotus. Then, door 9. No, that's not... No, that's it. The number to the door isn't a 9. Not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy shit. Of course. Then we just have to put the right number into the red end.
Incineration will begin in 30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Don't have much time. Man, I hope they can just trust me on this one or we are all fucked. Alright, no time to explain. Just go.
Quick, verify your numbers on the red. Verify? Who?
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry, 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 hurry.
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
Oh, thank fucking Christ. No, no time to be happy. Time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes. Go, go, go!
We only have 9 seconds. Come on, guys, move it. Okay, they're all through. Move it, Junpei. Just in time. There goes the door. No, don't calm down yet. You're not done. We've still got to find the dead. Of course, the dead is right there. We all found it. Easy.
Shit. Looks like we made it, huh?
Man, that guy sure can laugh when he wants to. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but...
Akane? Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
I want to tell her that we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel. But nothing. Door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
I cried his name even though my voice was almost gone from screaming, and I leapt into his arms.
Oh, oi!
Good face on 7 there.
Akane!
I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried. Steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. Its beat was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him. They would go as far as they would go around. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go, and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body in what had seemed like an eternity. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever, but I couldn't. The moment I'd passed the door, my bracelets had begun to count down to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. I spotted the dead only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to get to and scan all the bracelets. I left the ones Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. I took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective who we'd call 7 and 9 years and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
Alright, let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
Aoi was right. It was time to get moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. We took off running up the spiraling stairs to freedom. Time for more running. But if they can get us out of here, No wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. I can't wait to breathe real air again. Huh? They've been talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why did it open?
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital root 8. It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh? Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Yeah. What are the two numbers?
Yeah,
in base
Q on hexadecimal, 26 lines up to Q.
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
Then how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there. B, C, D, etc.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same, so I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16.
H is 17, I is 18.
They're going through the whole
J
fucking
is 19.
alphabet.
K is 20, L is 21, M is 22.
N is 23, O is 24, P is 25.
Yeah, and? What?
Q.
Q.
26!
Find a door bearing a Q. Yeah. Q. Yeah, I know that Q is 9 in Japanese.
And what does that mean?
So I kind of figured that was the play on words.
Wasn't a 9 on the door.
It was a Q! A fucking lowercase q!
Yep, that's pretty much it. I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Back from we're running. God, my thighs are killing me. I swear any moment now I'm gonna tear a muscle. I feel like every single cell of my body is dying for air. Damn, every breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe it's just a short rest. No, can't stop. Don't have time. Come on, legs. There can't be many more of these steps left. Let's run, run, like a bullet down a rifled barrel. Like a tornado cutting through a sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. Finally. So, okay, the translators for the game said that after they played the game for comprehension, they thought they were irreparably fucked at the 9Q thing. So was the note at the beginning, like, was that like added to the translation? Oh, hey, Nurlock. In Japan, the note was a voice miss. Oh, that's cool. Okay. That is cool. Yeah, Nurlock, we've gotten through most of it, I think. Let me see where we are on the flowchart. Okay, we're very close. No, Junpei, no time for rest. Pull yourself together. You're almost there.
All right, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Yes, we're finally here!
Please do.
Sure, you look like a big heavy door, but you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. Even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're gonna open, and you're gonna open now. Ah, bright. Did we find it? I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Aui's. He gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so happy I felt like I could melt. My heart was at peace. And not only because my brother and I were back together again. Thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us. The huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped. Were finally able to escape the gigantic. On the distant horizon, we could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. Its last cry echoed out across the ocean, and then it was gone.
It's over.
Ellie whispered.
Yeah.
It was over. It was finally over. Or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years. Yes, finally, air. God! And the sun is bright. I can barely see anything. I gotta admit, this doesn't look quite like... Wait.
No way.
You have gotta be shitting me.
What?
Wait a minute.
It can't be.
This is...
Nevada. We're in fucking Nevada.
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
the mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
Sure enough, that's a desert out there with mountains all around it. Hello there, sun. Boy, am I ever glad to see you. I don't think I've ever been so happy to see a sunrise. Huh? Did I just hear something fall? Right, our bracelets. I guess I've never got a good look at the underside of these. See what's inside you. Just a little electronic chip, like in an ATM card. That's it. There's nothing else. Nothing that even looks like a detonator. There was never a What? No. No, 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 no. You're not gonna... You're not gonna say... You're not gonna pull that shit on me. No way. No way. So were there only detonators on the Ninth Man's bracelet and on that other guy's... and on Kuroshiki's bracelet? Figures.
Akane.
Jumpy. Guess I must be pretty crazy about the girl if I think I'm hearing her voice in the wind. Yeah? June is a woke serial killer. Okay. So that's it. Okay. Alright, so... if we were never on the Gigantic, then it makes sense that we never saw the fucking mummy, right? That makes sense. That is the one thing that makes sense out of all of this.
In there, and that we're out here, and that he's the sheriff, and that we're frozen out here, and that we're in there, and I just remembered we're out here.
Yeah.
What I want to know is where's the caveman?
That makes... okay. I kept saying that I was gonna be pissed off if there wasn't a mummy, but the revelation that we were never on the Gigantic, that makes me not pissed off to not see a mummy, okay? You know what I'm saying? Because it was never going to be possible. Axis Games! Shout out to Axis Games! Shout out to Richard Epcar in the morphogenetic field voice. I was maybe the perfect person to play this game. What do you... I'm glad that you and a lot... I've gotten so many people tell me how much they've loved watching me play this game. And I've had a lot of fun playing it. So I'm glad that this was something good for everybody. Alright, do we have a post-credits scene? Is Jumpy gonna join the Avengers?
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
I knew there was gonna be a post-credit scene. Like, I just knew there's no way it was gonna end like that. It was just before the end of elementary school. Jumpy and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill, looking down at the town as the sun slowly set. One of Uchikoshi's first projects was working on Pepsi Man.
How does it look then?
He was half serious and half joking. I thought about it for a minute first.
Let's see.
You look like shit, King.
It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and growing and growing.
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned and...
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy. That's crazy.
That's fucking nutso, Jumpy.
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Junpei vision. Look at the Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing was a pretty smooth ride. That's kind of crazy. His first gig was a 3D modeler, and has done nothing but writing and directing ever since. That's cool. Sure was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building, keys in the ignition and gas in the tank. Almost like it was a present, you know? Anyway, we jumped in, and now here we are, screaming across the desert. Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Nick and Seven and I are all squeezed in the back seat here. I still can't believe we let her drive.
Woohoo! This is so fun! This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around, and there's no speed limit.
This reminds me of when my wife and I took a trip to Arizona. And I didn't go off-road, but we rented a Jeep, and it felt really cool just driving that Jeep around in the Arizona desert, just on the highway and like seeing just miles and miles of nothing. What do you mean you're sorry? I had a good time in Arizona. It was really, really hot though. We were at Flagstaff, which I thought was really nice.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, all right? This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right?
Yeah,
Suck it
Phoenix is like the hottest. It was the hottest in Phoenix that that was like the most intense heat I've ever felt in my life. When we were in Phoenix, getting in and out of we were in Phoenix because the airport is there. But yeah, it was so fucking hot in Phoenix.
Why don't you drive, Seven?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
He's a cop. He's not going to break the law.
He doesn't have an international license.
Ah.
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up. And Clover, there's no need to slow down. The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out. There's no doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Sure thing.
Oh shit. God damn it, she doesn't have to drive so fast. Man, I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. For sure throwing up a lot of dust. It was a couple hours after we'd run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes in the back of one of the hills, drenching a kitten in gasoline? The moment we saw what they were doing, Jumpy ran up to them furious.
Hey! What the hell are you doing?
Then he jumped on them. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
The policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Jumpy sprawled on the ground with a face covered in big swelling lumps.
You couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
He stuck his tongue out through the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen out.
Yeah, I guess I could've...
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
Oh, you mean the bunnies?
Yeah, the bunnies.
Finally, they're bringing the bunnies back up.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. I couldn't forgive them for that, so I... Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Me too, Junpei. Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, guess I should say Kentaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Well, yeah, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
They just stuffed his ass in the trunk. Yeah, he is. Still tied up, I'm assuming, with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just looked empty. No emotion. It looks like he's just given up. I wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Let's get that tape off your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
You could at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces. I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field center, then perhaps I could see faces.
Bullshit!
By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
Fuck off!
That's it?
Yes. If you want to put it simply, but if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I can supply that as well. You see, the human collective consciousness...
I think that's enough out of you, pal. Time for the tape to go back on.
All right, so what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Yes. Well, somebody's a little nosy.
Well, my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two.
Doesn't have anything to do with you, numeral 2.
This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing. What's the deal with that?
Well, see, 9 years ago...
Am I glad he's frozen in there and that we're out here and that he's the sheriff and that we're frozen out here and that we're in there and I just remembered we're out here. What I want to know is where's the
A lot
caveman?
more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Bourdain and Alice.
Mm-hmm.
Not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Okay, please, Hongo. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk, but you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Madrigorum, of the family Solanaceae. I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it. I used that extract to create soap. Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
Okay, this is gonna go on forever. Keeps going back on. Okay, so there wasn't a fucking mummy. Fuck you. Okay, I'm pissed off again. Not really. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride. Fuck off. They didn't have to say anything about the mummy. You know, they could have just let it rest.
What's this?
This is, for you, doll. His name is Junpei.
Jumpy pulled something out of his pocket and shoved out his arm toward me. No, why would there be a mummy lady that doesn't melt? That's ridiculous.
Chumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, so that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
Oh, I guess, okay, I guess that was something that couldn't be translated if what Neko is going on about in chat is anything.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
Well, you know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each
After
other too much?
June?
I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and I just thought I'd, you know,
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June then?
June?
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
What?
Yes. I, head of tribe.
Oh, now that he's being racist.
This doll, traditional charm of tribe. So I give it me. So we always together.
Oh, Jumpy.
Oh, Jumpy, I love it when you're a racist.
If something bad, then hold and pray. I go wherever you are. So here, take.
Well, he probably has a concussion now, so maybe we can excuse it. I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell onto June's tiny yarn body.
Oh, Jumpy. I'll never forget you, I promise.
Jumpy looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
The sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down towards the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat, bathed in the warm light of evening. It's the two of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. Sunset set, and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one, the lights of the town began to flicker on. There's still one thing I don't get. Okay. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and also the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. Okay. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic. But she's still alive now, as June. But how? Was it because I tapped into the Morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then... how do I make sense of what Seven remembers? Snake makes sense. He's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. But Seven, he said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Or, wait, maybe that's not it at all. There's one other logical. There's one other... okay, tell me this logical explanation. Was what you told me the truth, Seven? You look satisfied. No. No way. He couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there! There's somebody next to the road.
Huh? What?
Am I glad he's frozen in there and that we're out here and that he's the sheriff and that we're frozen out here and that we're in there and I just remembered we're out here. What I want to know is where's the caveman?
Did that not... there we go. The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there on that shimmery plain was a woman, her arm out and thumb up. As soon as I saw Neko do the caveman redeem, I knew there was going to be some shit. So Neko spoiled me by like 5 seconds. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. Don't forget your towel. Finished all scenarios in 999. Oh, what was his reaction? Did he... okay, I didn't... whatever it was, I didn't hear it. Would you like to save the info? Clicking to save. I will save here. Oh, my reaction. Sorry, okay. I thought I was loud enough. Save complete. Access the flowchart or return to the blah 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 blah. Wait. Okay. Alright. Let me think about this. June in the past was stuck in that incinerator. And June in the past, or Akane was stuck in the incinerator, and she may or may not have well, she did connect to Junpei through the morphogenetic fields to... Yeah. I get that with the screams. So let's see. I guess 0 was June and Snake, or June and Santa working together. June and her brother working together. And June was 0 and arranged everything. And she put herself in the game. And it was all to get Junpei into the incinerator so that he could do the so it's like a self-fulfilling time paradox kind of. Well, not a paradox, but Santa was technically 0 and that his bracelet was 0, but June was the mastermind. Okay, so June was actually the insane 0. So I was right when I said that June was 0. I got it, but it was more based on vibes than anything. I would not have dreamed of the whole morphogenetic field thing. Though I knew that would come in at some point. So I guess in the past... Well, I guess in the past... There's an Easter egg that clears everything up. Let's see. What else was I thinking? What else was I thinking about? June was the person who abducted people, and they were the one who masterminded everything and put everybody in Building Q in Nevada. And she was doing that to get Junpei into this specific situation where he would be able to solve the puzzle and get her out of the... He was trying to create the circumstance that got her out of the incinerator 9 years ago. Take the code of the coffin, arrange the digits so it's one number, and then multiply it by 9. Okay. June accessed the field not only over space, but over time, communicating with future Junpei. So the reason she could plan all this is because Junpei had already saved her. Yeah. So... Is there any... Okay. So morphogenetic fields are real. Presumably, Alice is also... Well, from the credits scene, Alice appeared to be real. We saw Alice. We saw something that appeared to be Alice, or some kind of Egyptian lady. But that means that I presume EDT and all that other shit was real. I'm still mulling. There's all this information and all these thoughts rolling around in my head that I can't seem to. Like I'm like my brain is just kind of fried because I'm just trying to process everything. So all the people that were, I guess June chose the people to put in the Nonary games because they were the people she saw in her vision in the future. And I guess Seven lied about seeing June die? Wait, okay, I guess... Wait. If Seven lied about seeing June die, then Snake's side of this story doesn't make sense either, because in the story, Aoi screamed and cried when he saw June. The only explanation that I could think of would be Aoi saw that June was gone and started screaming and crying. I don't know. That doesn't add up cleanly to me. That makes sense, because I don't think you could come up with this story until I think that's the only way you could come up with this story is if you come up with the conclusion first and then work backwards. I was actually thinking about that when I was playing today, just like, how do you even come up with this story? Like, how do you even come up with all the different branches and stuff? Like, you have to start at the end and work your way backwards. Seven's motivations here are a thing that Uchikoshi never really strictly resolves, and even says at a character is meant to be ambiguous. Okay. So I guess it's just something that doesn't have a satisfying conclusion. The idea of his brain is scrambled because reality got retroactively changed, but then they teased maybe not. Okay. I think my brain is scrambled too. Oh, this game is the fucking brain scrambler. It's the brain blender. God. You prefer things more ambiguous than was the clear resolution. I understand that. He threw me into the brain destroy. Okay, why? Oh, wait. Okay. Syncope brings up a good point. Why did Seven lose his memory? Was it just a side effect of the fucking Soparil gas? I assume that gas was Soparil. That would have made sense thematically if the gas canisters that Zero used was Soparil. Okay. I should play something simpler after this. I have a few games in mind for my next series of long streams. I think I've narrowed it down to what I'm gonna play next, but I'm gonna announce that another day. Okay. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Ambiguity is fine, but sometimes there's like logical gaps that kind of nag at me. But I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that much. If you try to get like a 1,000,000% clear resolution on every single plot point, you're gonna get something like Metal Gear Solid 4 that just kind of is tedious. Something that's more like a Wikipedia article than a good story. Okay. Okay, I'm speaking of fugue states and brain blenders, I'm in one of those now. Okay, so about future Uchikoshi games. I decided midway through playing this that I definitely want to go through the other Zero Escape games. I want to go through Zero Escape, and I want to go through Virtue's Last Reward. That is my plan right now. I want to go through both of those. I'm hooked now. I'm hooked on Uchikoshi. I'm Uchikoshi pilled. That son of a bitch has got me. I had a lot of fun playing this, and I think I'll have fun playing the other ones. And I think I will get to the AI Insomnia Files games eventually. But okay. But that's not going to be for a very long time. I'm going to need a lot, like at least 2 or 3 months before I can play another game like this again. I need idiot games for now. Let me see who I can raid. Who can I raid? Who appears raiding? Who is streaming? Sorry, I'm still in like a fugue state. My brain is so overloaded. Okay. Let's do some baseball. You guys like baseball? Y'all like some baseball? All right, right now, Gomi is playing their they're playing their Gomi League baseball, which is basically they have a bunch of AI teams in Mario the fucking Mario baseball game. They have a bunch of AI teams playing each other, and it's been really fun to watch. So I think that would be a good place. I think that would be a good follow-up to this brain-melting stream of mine. Let's raid Gomi Zone. Alright.
Okay.
I'm exhausted. I need rest and maybe some beers. Thank you everybody for attending. I'm really glad that this was fun for everybody. And I had a lot of fun too, and I definitely want to do more of it. But I'm just kind of floored at all the feedback I've gotten for these streams, and it's been a delight, and it's been really it's been encouraging, I would say, to know that so many people have enjoyed these streams. But there will be more, and there will be more idiot games. Like I guess I played Boogerman the other day. I guess that's an idiot game by the purest definition. And yeah. I don't know how to sign off. For the next time I stream will probably be Wednesday. I have Monday off. I might do something short on Monday, but okay. Holy shit! 1 second. Automod held a message for this reason: race, ethnicity, or religion. And the flagged term was Boogerman. They thought that Boogerman was a racial slur. But okay, on that point, let's go see Gomi. Good night.